Hey love, I'm Gena, a fitness, nutrition, and self-love coach, helping high-achieving women heal their relationship with food and their bodies so they can finally feel free, strong, and confident in their own skin. If you've ever felt stuck in the cycle of restriction, binging, and body shame, trust me, you are not alone. On this podcast, we're calling out diet culture BS, building your dream body without the obsession, and getting real about what it actually means to love yourself in a world that constantly tells you not to. I've been there. Anorexia, binge eating, body hate, you name it, I've lived it. And now I help women just like you find food freedom, feel sexy in their skin, and take their damn power back. So get ready, because the Fit Without Obsession podcast starts now. Okay, can we talk about something that used to literally run my life? Movement, exercise, working out, whatever you end up calling it, it used to control everything that I did. And here's the wildest part. I honestly thought that I loved it at the time. I told myself in those moments that I'm disciplined, I'm consistent, I just love fitness. But deep down, it really wasn't love. It was actually fear. It was fear of gaining weight, fear of losing progress, fear of losing control. Movement ended up turning into my punishment. It was my apology, my attempt to earn food and rest and worthiness. And if you've ever felt guilty for taking a rest day, planned your workouts around what you ate, or maybe convinced yourself that missing a lift meant you were lazy, this episode is for you. I'm going to really help you untangle your relationship with exercise and show you how to move from guilt and obsession to finding that freedom and connection with it again. Because you really do deserve to move your body from love and not from this place of fear. I know for me, I can look back and remember when movement became about punishment. I was a dancer, growing up, and I remember training for hours. And when I wasn't in the studio, I was in the gym trying to tone up even more. I was checking my Apple Watch constantly, like counting every single calorie. And I believed the lie that if I did not burn enough, I would fall behind. And I really remember going to the gym after a night out, making sure that I burned a certain amount of calories on the treadmill before I even allowed myself breakfast, and telling myself, like, this is what dedication looks like. But honestly, the spoiler alert here is that it was actually self-betrayal. We really live in a culture that worships discipline, but it forgets compassion. The fitness industry truly sells fear as don't skip a day. And social media really glorifies like this grind that we think we need to follow and says no excuses. And so we internalize those things. And that ends up with us thinking that rest equals weakness and softness equals that failure. So somewhere along the way, maybe I move because I love my body became I move because I hate it. And that's when exercise stops being empowering and it really starts being punishment. So I want to go into the hidden red flags that might be coming up for you and kind of show you how a toxic relationship with exercise actually looks, because it is sneaky. It hides behind words like discipline and consistency and commitment, which can maybe be good, right? There is some positives to that, right? But here's what it honestly feels like. So red flag number 1 is that you feel anxious on rest days. You tell yourself you just love working out, but really the thought of missing a day makes your chest tighten. Like you literally can't sit still. You check your Apple Watch constantly anyway. And that is not coming from a place of passion. That's really panic. If you can't sit easily and rest, like that is definitely something that we need to investigate. Red flag number 2 is you attach your worth to your workouts. Maybe you only feel proud when you push through the pain. And if you end up scaling back, you call yourself lazy, even if you're still moving, even if you're still doing some workouts. But if it's not that all in 100% every single day, like you don't think you're doing enough. And you end up treating your body like it has to earn your respect, when really, in reality, our bodies deserve our respect no matter what, whether we get off the couch or not. Red flag number 3 is you use exercise to fix what you ate. So maybe you had a dessert and thought to yourself, okay, I need to do an extra cardio session to make up for this. Or you get in a position where you overeat and you think that you need to make up for it the next day. And that's really not balance. That's actually punishment disguised as that self-control that we're talking about. Now, red flag number 4 is you don't know who you are without it. This is really important because I am a personal trainer. Like, fitness honestly is a huge part of my life, but I also can separate it now that I am in a healed place with it to know that it's not everything about me. It's not my personality. It's not the only thing that matters. Because when we can't separate that, injury and illness can force you to rest, and that in turn will cause you to like literally panic and spiral because your body image and your self-worth are so intertwined and built on what you do and not who you are. Red flag number 5 is that you never feel satisfied. So no matter how much you train, it's never enough. You are honestly chasing a moving target to be fit or lean or toned, and every time you end up reaching it, you make a new goal. That goalpost shifts. You are never actually at peace with what you accomplished. Discipline rooted in fear is not discipline. It's really honestly disconnection from your body. So if any of those flags hit home, like, you are not alone. I have experienced all those things, and so many women that I help and I coach are also going through this. So I want you to understand that it's okay that you have been stuck. Like, give yourself that forgiveness, but understand that you were living under rules that were never yours to begin with. So let's go into what healing really looks like. Healing your relationship with exercise is not about quitting. It's about shifting your energy behind it. It's really the difference between I have to and I get to. So let's walk through what that shift actually looks like. So the first thing that we need to do is rebuild safety with rest. Your body needs to trust that you are going to not abandon it again. Like, right now, it does not feel safe because every time you're tired, you push your body harder. So it's like, what the fuck? Like, I'm exhausted. It's screaming to you that it needs time off, and you are not listening to it. So a practical step that you can take to start with this is just start with one intentional rest day. Do not try to fill it with errands. Don't try to like walk it off. Like, actually rest. Because I think sometimes, and something that I experienced when I was starting to incorporate rest days, is I would say, well, I'm taking a rest day from the gym, but I'm going to go on this like 4-mile hike. And like, that's totally fine. Like, active recovery days can definitely be intertwined into your day. But we need to get to a place where, like, if you're sick or like if you end up having to take a road trip and you can't get your steps in, like, you forgive yourself for that, and also like understand that your body actually needs moments like that too. So when the guilt creeps in during this intentional rest day, you can say to yourself out loud, rest is productive. You're not falling behind, you're rebuilding. The first time that I ended up taking a full week off of lifting, I was terrified that I was going to lose all my progress. And what actually happened at that moment is I came back stronger. My body was really just waiting for me to stop fighting it. The second thing that we need to do to get into this shift to being in this healed place with exercise is redefine what movement means. Because movement is not just some workout split. It's actually a way that you connect with your body. So I think so much of the time we think of exercise as only like, getting our upper body lift in or hitting the treadmill for an hour or making sure that we like have to follow this perfect routine that we have set for ourselves. But really, movement can be stretching before bed, could be walking your dog, could be literally dancing in your kitchen or cleaning your space, could be sex, it could be yoga or rollerblading, even just like breathing deeper. Like, those are all things that really you can enjoy and enjoy that power of movement. So when you stop labeling movement as valid only when it burns calories, you actually start to reclaim that joy with it. So I want you to reflect and think, like, what would you do if no one was watching? If there were no mirrors, no trackers, no metrics, just you and your body, like, what would you want to do to move it? I think that's a big important thing here too, is that so much of the time we think we have to have our Apple Watch on or like burn X amount of calories. Like, if that didn't matter, if you literally couldn't even see that, what movement would you enjoy? The next thing that you need to do to shift into this healed place is separate exercise from food. This one honestly changed my life because movement and food are not meant to be a transaction. Food is fuel, movement is expression. They don't cancel each other out. They actually complement each other, and you don't have to earn your meals or deserve rest. I used to plan my workouts literally around cheat meals because I thought that was the only way that I could enjoy food, was that I had to like overcompensate, do extra. And now I'm in a place where I eat because my body needs nourishment, and I move because it feels good, not because I'm trying to burn off last night. So like, there is not even like the vocabulary of cheat meal coming out of my mouth anymore. And I'm still eating fun foods, but it's not about cheating or going away from like what I quote unquote should be doing. It's really about just like listening and tuning in and finding that connection. The fourth shift that we need to do is shift from fear to freedom. Because fear is over here saying, I have to move so I don't lose that control. But freedom on the flip side says, I want to move so that I can feel alive. When you train from a place of fear, you are going to burn out. But when you actually find this place where you're training from freedom, you really thrive. So I want you to ask yourself, what kind of movement feels energizing right now? And then what type feels like punishment? The more that you actually do the first one, even if it's gentle, the happier you're going to be. So maybe you've been forcing yourself to like run every single morning at 6 a.m. because you think that that's the only way that you're going to get lean, like, and you fucking hate it. Like, that's not a good place to be in. You're always going to resent movement if you are doing things that don't actually bring you joy. You don't need to push your limits every day. You need to stop pushing yourself past self-respect. And the fifth thing that we need to do is bring back joy in play. So take a minute and remember what movement felt like before you started caring about calories. Like when you were a kid, when you literally just wanted to go on the playground. Like that's what we're trying to get back to. So an idea of how we can get there is you could maybe try a dance class. Like maybe you go and hike with music, or you go and swim, or you end up going to the gym without putting your Apple Watch on. Maybe you actually can stretch to slow music or just play tag with your dog. Like those are all things that can bring you joy and play and pleasure. The first time that I danced again just for fun, not for some performance, not for perfection, I was like so touched deep down because I realized that the little girl who loved to move was still in there. And I just had to stop punishing her to hear her again. Like I really had to take a break from dance, honestly, because it was something I loved, something I grew up doing, and it turned into this toxic thing. And now I can look at it in such a different lens and really just appreciate the fact that my body gets to move in such a powerful way instead of being so hard on myself all the time. So I really want you to take this moment to remember all of the things that are possible for you. And I want you to know what freedom can feel like, because right now I know you don't know what that feels like. So we're going to take a moment and we're going to visualize this together. So I want you to shut your eyes. If you're driving, please don't do that, but really try to picture this image in your head and imagine waking up and asking, what do I need today? Maybe the answer to that question is it's lifting. Maybe it's actually yoga. Maybe it's nothing. And all of that is okay. You end up resting without guilt. Like literally picture yourself doing this, sitting on the couch, like sitting outside on your porch under the sunlight. You work out without fear. Picture that confidence, picture that joy, and you move because it connects you to yourself. And then open your eyes and just tell yourself like that is possible for you. The day that I personally stopped forcing myself out of guilt was the day that my body started trusting me again. And that's when I got stronger. That's when my energy actually came back. That's when my body composition improved. And it was not because I was punishing it, but it was because I was finally partnering with it. When your body knows that you're going to choose it and not use it and abuse it, it's going to give you everything that you've been chasing. So this week, I want you to pause before each workout that you do and ask, like, am I doing this from love or from fear? And if it is from fear, I want you to challenge yourself to rest. Don't do it. Don't show up. Like, that's not a healthy reason for you to show up and do that movement. But if it's love, if it is joy and something that you really are excited about, go and move. Like, that's what healing looks like. It's moment by moment and rep by rep. It's not this overnight shift. Like, this is going to take some time for you to learn. But the more that you challenge this, the more that you're going to unlearn those old patterns. You don't need to earn your food or your rest or your worth. You already deserve all three of those things. And movement is not your punishment. It's your privilege. And when you stop using it against yourself, it becomes one of the most healing tools that you will ever have. Like I have said over and over that through healing my relationship with food and fitness, like I was actually able to use exercise as a positive thing when it came to eating, as a positive thing when it came to me finding better body image for myself, as a positive thing to show me that self-love because it was coming from a place of self-compassion and connection. So if you are ready to finally heal your relationship with food and movement, to train from self-respect, not self-hate, that's actually exactly what I help women do inside my coaching program, Fit Without Obsession. You'll learn how to build your dream body and your dream relationship with it at the same time. So if you're ready and that sounds like something that you want to venture into, the link is in the show notes. And I really just want to leave you with this. You were never meant to live your life trying to earn your worth through workouts. You were meant to move because you already had it. Thank you so much for tuning into the Fit Without Obsession podcast. If this episode helped you heal, grow, or just feel a little less alone, go ahead and hit the follow button so that you never miss a moment of this journey. And if you loved it, share it on your stories and tag me at @thefitbean_. I seriously love seeing what resonates. Sharing this podcast helps more women step out of a session and into their power. And that ripple effect starts with you. And if you're ready for deeper support, check the show notes for ways that we can work together. Just remember, eat the pasta, wear the shorts, and love the hell out of your life. You deserve it always. Talk soon.